switch off until the meeting is over. Today is Friday, 7th December 2018. The time is 4:58 p.m. In Toastmasters, we don't talk about politics, religion and sex. Please rise up for the Tamil Thai Valku.
நீராடும் கடலொடுத்த நிலமடந்து கெழிலொழுகும் சீராடும் வதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டமிதில் தெற்கனமும் அதிசிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தற்க சிறு பிறை முதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழமணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிலமை திறம் இயந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
கூர்ந்த செவிமடுப்பு தேர்ந்த சிந்தனை சிறந்த நாவன்மை ஆகிய மேம்பட்ட ஆற்றல்களை செயல்முறையில் பயிரிடுவோம். Thank you. You may sit now. Our presiding officer, very young and talented Toastmaster, our club president, Mr. Toastmaster Naresh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaudi, announced today. I'm more happy that you called me young. Now, before starting our meeting today, I have been asking our Vice President of Education, what is the reason behind choosing such a theme? Illusion. Of course, I'm yet to get that answer. I think our team today could explain that reason. So before talking more about illusion, let's congratulate the winners of last meeting. Last meeting, the best TT speaker was Toastmaster Naresh. The best evaluator was Toastmaster Shahjahan. Best officer was Toastmaster Vijay and best Toastmaster of the day was Toastmaster Damien. Can you please give us a good big hand? Thank you. There is a word we are going to talk about, which is deja vu. Of course, the theme illusion is somehow more closely connected with the word deja vu. To talk about the word, to what is the meaning, what is the reason, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Jafar Sadiq.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Good evening. This word, deja, it is not deja vu. Deja vu. In French, it is called deja vu, means already seen. But it is translated into English for a different situation. Instead of explaining a big situation in big things, they just bring a short word from other languages. So one of this form is deja vu, which means an illusory feeling of having already experienced a present situation. You have not experienced this situation, but you feel when you go to some place, you feel that you have already seen this place, but it is not true. So it is called a deja vu. There is another one, an unpleasant repeated occurrences of something. Like my car broke down. It is a deja vu. Our Toastmasters session started 30 minutes later. It is a deja vu. It's a normal thing. And it is also called a deja vu. So this is the word which is related to today's theme, illusion, an illusory feeling. Thank you. Grading officer.
Thank you. People also use this word with
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I will please use these words as much as possible. I will take note and present it when the general evaluator is asking me to present my report. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know how to use that deja vu, deja vu in our speech. But this is the first time I came to know that Vadakapatti Ramasamy is somehow connected with deja vu. If the occurrence of bad things continual basis is deja vu, I think Vadakapatti Ramasamy is very much connected. If you can understand what I mean.
But we have already deja tea.
Religion, sex, politics, we should not speak in this. I would like to remind you that. How many of you know that there is a movie in the name of Deja Vu? It's a Daniel Washington movie. It's a very nice movie. If you want to understand what is the real meaning of this word, you can watch the movie. Very nice movie.
Final Destination.
Final Destination.
It's a series of movies.
Final
Its
Destination.
concept is Deja Vu.
Yes, in a way. But this one is exactly about Deja Vu. So, speaking about illusion, if having a wrong belief, misinterpretation of something is called illusion, then we are in the very right place and we are the very right people to talk about that. The reason is almost everybody in this hall was having an illusion before coming to Saudi. We were having an illusion that we are going to Saudi for just 2 years. And we will come back to our home country only after 2 years. The best part is, we still have the same illusion after every 2 years completion. Since all of them are married, except Sita Madam, all of them are male, before getting married, we are having another illusion called the wife is going to obey our words. It's the biggest illusion we used to have, almost all the males used to have. Thanks to our Vice President Education, Toastmaster Kavi. Based on this, we may think that illusion is a kind of negative concept. Because illusion could be manipulative. But I tell you what, illusion is a very successful concept, not only in marketing and also in politics. How? Think. The illusion is to create a wrong belief. If a person can create a belief that if you are missing something. Think about it. Why we are moving towards the consumerism? Why we are moving towards that? We are thinking that we are missing something in the existing product. We are looking forward to some futures, maybe in mobile or some other product. We are looking forward to some futures. And after buying the product, we are not feeling getting complete. The creation of such a feeling that your requirement is not yet fulfilled is called illusion. That is the best successful concept in marketing. If you really think, if you really follow all the latest mobile models coming up, you can clearly see there is one feature is always missing in each and every product. Okay, maybe you are looking for some camera or some features, but when you are looking towards that, you are missing some other feature here. So you will end up in buying one product here, another product here. Similarly, even in politics, the biggest, how it is becoming successful is, you are looking forward to a leader or you are looking forward to something, you are looking forward to some service. But the best way to capture the heart of the people is making them to feel that they are missing something from the existing leader or the existing party or existing philosophy. So that I can tell you that by having this philosophy or by this leader or by this party, you can achieve what you want. And if you follow this continuously, this is going to continue everywhere, every time. So, illusion may be a wrong concept in our mind, but it is a very successful concept in marketing and in politics. Now, to talk more about this illusion, I would like to call upon today's TMOD, a one of the senior Toastmasters in our club, and he is going to be most probably our contest chair for upcoming area contest. I would like to call Toastmaster Safi. Okay.
Hi, here. Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
It's one of the finest evening we are going to have today. And I would like to start with a small story. It is actually real, happened. Yesterday, I was in Apache helicopter, one of the first grade military cadets of US military. And I was in Apache helicopter. With that helicopter, I gone up and up and up, landed in the moon. And where I found quickly, as soon as I landed up there, I found bricks of golden biscuits. And because the helicopter was empty, I told the people, there were 2 soldiers along with me. I said, load it up. And then I loaded, then I brought it back to the ground, and I gave it to all my friends. I was distributing to everybody, so take one gold biscuit, take one gold biscuit. So finally, one biscuit, it just fell down on my leg. So it was oof sound came. Then I found out I was hitting my leg in my bed. It was a great dream, a sort of illusion. It cannot be. First thing, I cannot be. If it all happens, maybe I could able to get into the Apache helicopter.
You have to be a UPS to go in a helicopter.
Apache helicopter? No. Or even if I get into Apache, I may not go to the moon and land there. And immediately after landing, that too with the civilian clothes, I could able to find gold biscuits there, the load it up, there are 2 soldiers helping me. All these sort of the fake things which you develop in your mind. This is called a sort of illusion. A figure which you see sometime, it is not what you see, but you will pursue many things out of this figure. That is illusion. If someone says something, you get different kind of meaning within your mind. That is also a sort of illusion. And illusion is nothing but, I said yesterday to one of my friends, it's a mind pollution. So you have to be very careful, or whatever you pursue, whatever goal you fix in your life, you walk towards that goal. Slowly, and you achieve it, then you become déjà vu. Wow, I got this, man. This is what we are about. But fix a goal, not based on illusion, but based on something which could be at least in the future achievable. So now we are going to have a lot of things to go achieve in the coming Toastmaster contest. And our RTTM going to be the one of the great winners in events attack, and there are a lot of participation is going on. Now let us have this one. We can have this illusion that I am going to stand in Satak, that grand stage. I am going to accept a trophy or something like that. It is achievable. It is a goal, a short-term goal. Still there is enough time to go over it and achieve it. This is what we have to have. And even when you sleep in a room, suddenly there is light goes and there is dark room, and immediately you see in the corner and 2 eyes of one man is standing there. That's an illusion. Take care. This is what you have in your mind. You are trying to put that picture there, and that picture is really making you. Then immediately you run out of the room. Somebody is standing beside the door. So this is also a sort of illusion, and too much illusion take you to hallucination. It is one of the disease. There is no time to explain about it. And let us go. And today's job, what we are supposed to do here as a Toastmaster of the day. And the first is, of course, introduction. Which I have done it. confirming the programming agenda, let us go later. Let me go to the meeting officers. And we have the finest grammarian. He always goes every nuances of the words, I will say. So I wanted to call upon our today's grammarian, Toastmaster Jafar Sadiq. Come and explain your role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sadiq. Good evening, Toastmasters again. As a grammarian, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
As a grammarian, it's my duty to note down the good and not so good usage of English and present it when asked by the general evaluator at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Give enough clap, please. Motivate them so that they will be able to express freely in this stage, because this is their stage and we have to make our people really encourage them. Then we have to go for
there is one small changes in agenda. Our counter Toastmaster Imthias not yet came, so that role Toastmaster Sita Dangasamy will take out.
any other changes.
Nothing. That's all.
Everything is perfect. Finest to the detail. No changes. Thank you very much, VP Education. And let us go to today's counter and a charming character. And I feel that for today's Toastmastering, she came flying from her home country to the, no, stay, you have to stay, your home country and come to this session. And she is going to decorate the stage, explaining about what is the role she is going to perform today, that is our counter. Come on.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. As our counter, I shall note the word and sound used as crush or pause filler sound, maybe a o. Rejected word, I will note that this well. During prepared speech, I shall report when called upon by general evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sita Dangasamy. Then we go to the next one. This is everywhere. It is very, very crucial thing. You know, every country, everywhere you take, every association it goes on. It's got nothing but vote counter. Vote counter is one of the guy who is very calm and quiet, but packed with real motivation within him and lot of charity kind-minded person. I would call upon Toastmaster Arul to come on the stage to explain about vote counter job.
Thank you for that wonderful the introduction with illusion. Thank you very much. Good evening once again.
Good evening.
Toastmasters. My role as a vote counter. When members vote for the best TT speaker, the best speaker, the best TT, the best evaluator, best meeting leader, and the big three, I'll go around collecting the votes and report to the Toastmaster of the day and call upon. When there's a tie, my vote will be the deciding factor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Then we go to one of the finest person, and we call him as like Google, frugal, or whatever we say. He is like Sinigul. So very attractive person, even having thousands of followers in his Toastmasters. People will be knowing him very well. I call upon Toastmaster Shahjahan to speak about diversity.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Good evening, Toastmasters. Good evening. I'm Sheikh Muhammad Shahjahan, your time counter today. We'll count all your speech timings and will submit my report when the general evaluator asks. My duty is to keep track of the timing during the course of the meeting. This will be done with the help of the green amber and red signals for all presentations. Green will show that the speaker is qualified and 30 seconds beyond red signal is disqualification. I shall report to the general evaluator when he call upon. Thank you.
Okay. The officers have been introduced. Everyone knows that who is going to hold what sort of job today's session. And we are going to the next session. Next session that I will hand it over to the president.
Later we announce breaks.
You can announce table.
You can announce break and later we can.
Yeah, so let me hand over the stage to today's Toastmaster. He is going to conduct table topic session, one of the interesting and makes people to think a lot about before he speak. I call upon Toastmaster Fakhruddin to decorate the stage.
Like it's not announced then.
Then you can announce, President. Yeah, now we'll have a small break. We will pray and we will have some dish brought by our friends. And again, we will continue our Toastmaster session. Thank you.
You will be given a topic, you have to answer within 2 minutes. The first minute, the green light will, upon completion of the first minute, the green light will light on. Then 1.5 minutes, the amber light. Then 2 minutes, the red light. After completing 2 minutes, you will be given only 30 seconds to wrap up your points. If it exceeds that point, you will be disqualified. Now, shall we go for the topics?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who else? Reason is the illusion of reality. Reason is the illusion of reality. Anyone can take this one? Or shall I call somebody? Okay, our jovial Toastmaster Jafar Sari. Your topic is reason is the illusion of reality.
Good evening, table topic master, fellow Toastmaster. Reason is the illusion of reality. Actually, it seems to me this comes from the statement of an infidel. You know, infidel who doesn't believe in anything. Like agnostic, you can call it a cynic, a skeptic, who doesn't believe, he questions everything. Only this statement comes from such a array of persons. Reason, what he means, whatever we say in this world is just an illusion. And we reason it in the way we want. Like all your beliefs are illusions. Like you believe in something, you find a reason to believe that there is God, there is life after death. Those skeptics, they say these are just illusions. Like Sigmund Freud says, the God is a concept, a brainchild of fear of death. They want to escape from the death psychologically, so they find a reason that there is a God and we will live even after death. So this is the skeptic's view. They reason out everything to live happily in the present world, to get the psychological satisfaction of what we live. Vivekananda said, with the senses we have got, with the 5 senses we have got, we are able to reason out something which is not ending. Every decade there is new invention, new inventions. It's not ending. We don't know the end of limitation of our mind, where it goes. With the 5 senses we are able to reach that thing. If we have got more senses, 6, 7, or 8 senses, maybe we will be able to realize more than what we are able to realize now. So that is a statement of pessimistic. That is not an optimistic view, and it is not true. This is my view. Thank you.
Okay, let's go for the second. Limit. like fear, is an illusion. Do you agree? Toastmaster Kabir. Limit, like fear, is an illusion. Limit, like fear, is an illusion. Do you agree?
No disturbance, please.
Limit, like fear, is an illusion.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests and table topic master, good evening. My topic is limit is the fear.
Limit, like fear.
Limit like fear
Is an illusion.
is an illusion.
Or limit is an illusion.
I don't know what is illusion. What is limit for illusion? I don't know what is limit.
That itself is
Maybe that
But
it.
you have a fear.
Yes, I have.
Maya.
a fear.
Illusion means Maya.
Yes. First of all, when I come to Toastmaster meeting, today meeting, I have a fear. Table topic master should not call me. I have a fear. Maybe that is the limit for my illusion. Maybe that is the limit for my illusion. Here there is many illusions is here and there. Okay, we should limit that illusion. Like Toastmaster Jaffer said, there is a reason for illusion. Okay, we want to conclude with our illusion with perfect reasons. If there is illusion without any reason, means it will get more fear. That's about to.
Well tried. And, what if nothing exists? What if nothing exists and we are all in somebody's dream?
All philosophical.
What if nothing exists and if we are all in somebody's dream? Toastmaster Tangasman. What if nothing exists and we are all in somebody's dream?
The life, it's not exist. The God, it's not exist. The money, the world, the family, it's not exist. If we believe in this, finally we don't have a life. We don't have enjoyment. We don't have a fear or any other thing. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening to you all. Now, if everything is, we are in dream of somebody's, see how others will dream about us. See, for example, we talk about our parents. They dream to become a top in the world, in everything. When we were in the school, they want us to become number one in the class. When we were in the college, they want us to become best students and best achiever in the college. Then when we were in the job, even they want us to become a GM of the company. But reality, it is not the same. But when I talk about this topic, if nothing is exists, then everything in others dream. Now nothing is exist that means whatever we are talking about, it is not there. That means definitely it will be in dream. Even it can be in our dream or it can be in others' dream. So there is no any way it cannot be exist anything. Something is there. Even if you can say, now God, there is an argument, or there is always an illusion, or they talk about God is existing or not. But it is existing or not, like Swami Vivekananda said, we don't have that sense to say, identify whether God is existing or not. That God is there, and maybe we can say we don't have the capability to identify him. So if nothing is there or something is not existing, we always in our dream. This is what the topic says. But still I cannot correlate it to these two parts. But I say always, the dream of others, it's nothing going to happen. We should believe in everything. Everything is exists. We have to work on that and become success on that. Over to you, Krishna.
Yes, as he said, an illusion is an instance of a wrong or misinterpreted perception. That is true. Now let us go to a lighter question. Because all people are asking very philosophical, so we will have a lighter question. What is the deja vu you have experienced recently? Toastmaster Sita Ranaswamy. Deja vu, what is the reason? When you came here from Sri Lanka, that is also a deja vu. Okay, I will ask you, Toastmaster Martin. What is the recent? It's a simple question. Hope you will agree. What is the recent deja vu you have experienced recently?
Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Good evening. Your question is?
What is the deja vu you have experienced recently?
Illusion, yeah, deja vu.
Deja vu.
Actually, deja vu recently experienced, even I am here, that also deja vu. Because, I did not expect this, today I will come here. Because I did not expect I will be here. But the deja vu says I will be here. So I expected and I dreamed, even that's deja vu is one of the dream we can say. So in my dream I believe I will be here and I will present my today's first speech. That's ice breaking. I am going to do it. That's maybe I was in the dream or something. I recall and thinking that I am going to present this first presentation of the Toastmasters. And I believe I dreamed what I am going to talk and what are the things I explained to everybody. But I don't know whether I am going to do the same thing today or not. But everything I did everything in my dream. So I believe that that's the deja vu. But the deja vu, let's see. If it is happened today, then deja vu is perfect. I believe that deja vu has happened recently, is matched to my real life. Let's see. Thank you very much.
Let us go another one. So we'll go for another one, right?
Yeah.
If you realize the illusion, you are enlightened. If you realize the illusion, you are enlightened. But if you think you are enlightened, you are an illusion. Do you agree? If you realize the illusion, you are enlightened. But if you think you are enlightened, that moment you are an illusion. Mr. Shafi, Toastmaster.
Table topic master of the day and the Toastmaster guest. Good evening to all.
Good evening.
Albert Einstein, someone was asked him, what you are thinking right now? Because he was sitting and thinking something. He said, right now I am thinking, the creator who created this world, what he is thinking in his mind now. It is so deep, you should understand this. Creator who created this whole world and the cosmos, what he is thinking in his mind, that I wanted to know right now. So that much he went deep into thought process. That's the reason you could able to get exactly a thing which we cannot see in the naked eye. You could able to speak about atom. At that time, the people, those who are sitting there, one of the grandest scientists, those who are sitting there, they couldn't accept his speech because they thought he's speaking about illusion, which is happened in his mind. So illusion, he become, to those people, he become an illusionist guy. The real thing he brought in front of them, his research paper was not accepted. Nobody could be able to clap on his research, particularly on atomic. No. It is a great illusion actually. So he become finally a person of illusion, still they are researching on his papers, on his brain is being taken, and they are really checking this person how could able to get this matter which we thought is an illusion, and he is always become an illusion for us. Over to you.
Dear Toastmasters, hope you all enjoy the session. The topic of the topic on illusion is might illustrious, I think, and give the sense of deja vu. Thank you to over to Toastmaster today.
First of all, a wonderful topics our Toastmaster, duty master of the day brought today's session, and some were really made people to amused, some gone into illusion, some got confused, but still it was a wonderful topics to attend, and there was a lot of creativity came in that. For that reason, give him another round of clap. It was a wonderful session. Anyway, when we go to the next session, that is prayer and teammates, but it has to be already done, so we have to cancel that. Then we go to one of the very important session, prepared speech session. This prepared speech session is going to be a prepared speech from new educational system pathways, and there is going to be an icebreaker session. A timer.
All are qualified.
Excuse me. Timer.
All are qualified.
No, I didn't ask you. Before that you were answering.
He knows what you are going to say.
Illusion. Deja vu. That's what we are talking about here. So all are qualified. So let us.
The names.
No.
Toastmaster Toastmaster Kabir, Toastmaster Rangasamy, Toastmaster Madhavan, Toastmaster Sachi.
Sir, first to prepare the
Got it. There is a little bit developing in the program. So can we vote first for the names of the Toastmasters, those who attended? Who was the
Toastmaster Kabir, Toastmaster Rangasamy, Toastmaster Madhavan, Toastmaster Safi. So what do you want to?
Please vote.
Anyone.
Anyone? So really? Regret for the little bit confusion in between, and let us continue now. The prepared speeches. It's going to be a very interesting session. It's an education session, because we are here in Toastmaster, we learn too much every day, every session. So the education session going to be conducted by our DTM Tandasamy, a well-known, versatile, and particularly in Toastmaster arena, we consider him as a well-experienced, well-exposed, versatile person, and he is going to conduct this Toastmaster session. For the timer, it is going to be 10 minutes. 15 minutes. Timer, note down, it's 15 minutes. So, 13:40. Now we'll hand over the stage to DTM Thangaswamy.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Good evening once again. Yeah, now we are in the month of contests. Now in all the clubs, already the contests are started. The next month and the following month, all the clubs winners will move to area. Then the division, finally we meet in district in April first week. Okay, the most important, the most difficult part of the contest is most of them they say that is table topics. Why? Why table topics is more harder than any other prepared speech?
It's unexpected.
Yes, we have to speak spontaneously without any preparation. That is the reason we think it is most difficult. But if we found out the technique how to speak a table topic, I don't think it is a difficult one. See, for example, what harder than giving a prepared speech? That is the reason is we are doing anything without preparation. This is called in Toastmasters table topics. Now see, what is the success in table topics? How the topic is given to you, you listen very carefully, then pause. No need to jump into the speech immediately, just wait for some time and think. The time you are pausing, you are thinking what to speak. Then confirm whether I am okay. Then finally, tell what you want to tell. Then end. That means the conclude your speech. These are the 5 steps of the table topics. Any doubt in that? I don't think, right? This is how, not only here, even when our boss talk to us, we have to do the same. Now, the first thing for any speech, even when you are talking to your wife, you have to develop your speech well. Otherwise, what will happen? Definitely, you will have the results of that. Right. The first thing, the speech development, you have to structure it. How you are going to open, what are the points you are going to talk in the speech, and how you are going to conclude. That means the organizing, opening, body, conclusion, the smoothness of the speech. What is smoothness? When you are to flow. That means when you are talking about one point, the second point, we are moving from one point to another point, the transition should be proper. For this, we are getting in table topics judging sheet 30% of the marks you will get. Right. The second one, now, effectiveness. Now there are some people, they can structure it very well, they can open properly, they can close it properly. Everything in the words, it's okay. But the opening is not attracting the audience, the closing is not giving some message, the speech is not effectiveness, or there is no response from audience. That means that the speech is not effective. Right? When I talk to you, I need a little bit humor. I need some answer from you. Then somebody has to say, yes, this is called effectiveness. But when you are giving a speech, the effectiveness should be there. Then how can we bring effectiveness to the speech? That is what I say. You have to engage the audience. The audience should understand. And also the speech should be appropriate to the audience. This is what most important thing. Okay, it is same to evaluation and same to prepared speech also. But in table topics, we have to do everything within 2 minutes. Now, what a successful opening does. The successful opening, it gets the audience attention. First of all, you have to do that one. How can you get the audience attention first?
Throwing a question.
Yes, maybe throwing a question. Any other way?
Quote.
A powerful or famous quote. Anything else?
Close end question actually.
Yes, close end questions.
You shouldn't wait for answer.
You should not wait for answer. Can we talk about the world today? We are not going to accept the answer, but we are asking a question from the audience. It introduced the topic. Also, the topic needs, for example, the topics today, we have to first introduce the topic. That means people should imagine, okay, this is what we are going to talk. It helps the audience to relate the speaker's message Now here the speaker will, the audience will realize, okay, what is he going to talk about? It takes 5 to 10% of the total speech time. There are some speeches I have seen, the opening itself it will go half of the speech. No, then you are losing. The opening should be 5% or 10%, 5 to 10% should be there. Right, the quotes or the small story or whatever it should be only 5 to 10%. Now, opening techniques explain why the topic is very important. See, when they are talking about illusion, what illusion will affect you, then makes a surprising statement. You know, something you have to tell them, the contradictive, or sometimes people didn't expect that you are going to tell. Those type of surprise statement creates suspense or curiosity. Then there are so many places like that. Tell a story or anecdote. You can tell a small story, like when he was started, he was talking about something, the helicopter story, right? This is attracting the audience. Ask rhetorical questions. Questions with, you can provoke to think something like that. Begin with the question and refer to the occasion, right? Once upon a time, something happened. The people immediately get into the story telling mode. Right? Table topic speaks body. Now see, we just analyze some of the topics. What are the biggest challenges facing the future of India's young people? Okay, this is a topic. Now if you take this one, here there is a definition speech. We call this is a definition type of speech. You have to tell the India's future, the young people's, the problem. What is that? The answer will be definition speech. You could name, define some problems. Then the techniques is frequently called the problem solving speech. Now we have to talk about the social media is the biggest problem of the India's youngsters today. Then you have to talk about the solution of that, right? Now if you understand this type of techniques related to the topic, it will be easy to answer. Let us see one more topic. Are there any benefits of including ginger in your daily diet, or does it have undesirable effects?
Pros and cons.
Now here, this type of topic, there are two parts are there, pros and cons. Including ginger in the diet, pro, what will happen? Also, what are the effective of that one, right? These two, you have to divide the topic into two, you can argue. And finally you say, fellow Toastmasters, take everything in limit will help you. Something like that, giving a message to the audience. Right. The third question, what new efforts should be made to combat chikungunya in Chennai and nearby states? Now this is a cause and effect. Now you have to talk about some statistics. Okay, this is what happened. The reason for this one, these are the reasons, and we can tell the effect of this, and something like that you can design, structure your speech. Then finally, the fourth question is, what makes you think that China and the Pakistan are part of the same family? Now here, this is compare and contrast. Compare both the countries. Okay, they do this one, Pakistan do this one. Okay, this is what is the effect for us. Something like that, you can build the speech. Okay, there are so many, any topics will come within these parameters only. Now the fifth one, compare and contrast past. Okay, now how has India changed in last 20 years, and how do you think it will become 20 years from now? Now here compare what happened last 20 years, or what is going to happen next 20 years, past, present and future, you have to talk about. Okay, if you have these 3 points, it will be very easy to answer a question, right? Instead of thinking so many things, now within this type of, if you identify the question, okay, this is falling under what? Then you can very easily answer. Right. Now, what is successful conclusion? Now we talk about the opening, how it should be, the body, how we have to answer, then the conclusion. It gives a feeling of closing. There are some people I have noticed, let me conclude saying this. No, that is not the way of concluding something. People should feel that you are going to conclude. How they feel? Fellow Toastmasters and guests, the social media is the biggest threat of this country today. It's a closing. right? That means the statement, closing statement. It reviews the main points. Okay, then you can tell it like that. Before telling this statement, it's affecting the children's studies, it's wasting their time. So and so, fellow Toastmasters, that is the biggest threat to the young generation. It makes an impact. What is that impact? People should realize, okay, we have to do it. That means with the powerful punch we have to tell, let us do it. This is make an impact, right? When you say, fellow Toastmasters, let us do it from today onwards, it will give an impact, right? Then it takes 5 to 10% of the total speech time. Same like opening, this also should take only 10%. Right. Now closing techniques. Again the same way. End with the question. Let us do it today.
Quotation.
End with the quotation. Even question also can do. Shall we do it today? Something like that. Or end with the question. Tell a story or anecdote again. Create a suspense or curiosity. Call for an action. Ask the ethical question. The same thing will come here also. How opening should be very powerful, the same way closing also should be very powerful. Because judges and audience will remember the opening and closing only mainly. Now, that is finished. This is all organizing the speech. Now the delivery and language. Delivery language make up 45% of the total points. Earlier it was 55% opening and organizing, Now the points awarded to the table topic judges guide the balance sheet. Physical appearance. Okay, what is physical appearance? The way you dress, the way you stand, the way you keep your hand.
The way you use the stage.
Yeah, the way you use the stage. This is all the physical appearance. Body language, speaking area. This is take 15 points. Okay, even when you go to the stage, the dress should be very proper. Otherwise, what will happen? Now you are going to on the bigger stage with a T-shirt. No, it is not good. You will not attract the audience and judges. Then voice flexibility, 15 points. What is voice flexibility? Vocal variety. There are some points you have to stress. See, for example, the Facebook is the most important thing in our life today. It's you are stressing, then your voice can go voice. The same thing in the negative point when you talk about, because of this, our children are losing their time. It's low voice. It's the difference. You have to show this difference. That appropriation to speech purpose and audience. See, that speech what we are speaking, a topic can talk about philosophy and the simple thing also. If it is not appropriate the audience, then no point of speaking, right? That appropriateness get 10 points. The correctness, grammar, pronunciation, words, and all these things gets only 5%. Remember now. This 5% will come for your language, the grammar, and the correctness, right?
Is it correct?
Huh?
Total comes to 90%.
No, not this is only the delivery part. Okay, still there. The correctness is only 5 points you will get. If you take the table topics ballot, this is the point structure. Okay, then no need to worry much about the language. If you are losing something, you are losing 5 points. If you are effective and the speech is well organized, 45. Okay, right. Now, finally, end of time, 1 minute minimum and maximum 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That is what table topics all about. Now, what we learned today?
This is difficult.
Sorry, we think it's difficult, but it is not difficult if you understand the topic and the nature of the answer, right? There are 3 ways to make them easier to answer. There are ways to make them easier to answer. What are the ways? I told you that pros and cons, or you can bridge the topics. Like for example, they are asking us some questions, something like for example, now they are asking about from me basketball. What do you think about this famous player of basketball? I don't know anything about basketball. then how can I answer those type of questions? Then I can bridge with cricket. Maybe what the player you are talking about, it's like my Saurav Ganguly, something like that, right? Then you can bridge it. Something like you have to, the effective, the ways you can follow up. They keep the main things in the main things, which are structured effectiveness. There are some main points you are going to talk. Keep it as a main point. Then in your table topic speech, include an opening, body and conclusion should be there. Right? Tailor the response techniques. Tailor your response technique to type of questions you are received. That is what I told you. According to that question, you have to tailor it. And on time, finish. Okay? This is how the table topics. Any questions? We have maybe only 20 seconds more.
There is a topic
Yeah.
and absolutely no answer.
Yes.
How to deal with
No answer. How
Yes.
to deal with that?
Okay. It's a good question. There is a topic, I don't know anything about that. I even know.
Like illusion.
Whatever you think that is the topic, okay, speak on that subject. They are talking about,
Must speak.
yes, they are talking about something. You start speaking, then finally you can connect it somewhere. Or otherwise speak something because you are coming here to speak. Rather than
Don't
going
give the
without,
stage.
yes, rather than going without doing anything, speak little.
two ways to
Handle that.
handle this. One is somehow try to connect, if you know the meaning of that question
Word,
or that
yeah.
phrase, try to connect the speech message with that meaning of phrase.
That's one.
That's one. Or if you know any one particular meaning of any particular word, one or two words, try to bring that word into your speech. Try to make it more
Yeah.
meaningful.
But the main point of asking that question is,
That is the
don't leave the stage.
Yes,
without
don't give the
speaking.
speech.
Yes.
Or don't get panic. That is the most
Yeah,
important
no
thing.
way, not
somehow you will get the
necessary.
connectivity.
Yes,
Not
somehow you will
necessary.
get the connectivity.
People, those who are sitting, not scholars.
Also,
Yeah,
they will
things
not
like
know
that.
that you are going to speak on the subject or not. The testing is how you are delivering, how you organize the speech. The correctness comes last, that is only 15% or 5%.
10%.
Okay, 10% or something it is coming. Appropriateness, only 10% is coming. But if you do all other things best, you will get the
Appropriateness, you
points.
say
Yes.
only 10%.
10% is going. Also the correctness 5%. Altogether if it goes 15%, you will have 75% is there. Okay? Anything else? Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. It was a really wonderful, informative presentation given by our TTM Tangasamy about how to handle, how to be close master session during contest season. Now let us go to our next program. Next, another one interesting thing going on. It is a prepared speech from a new educational session. We call it as Pathways. It's going to be an icebreaker speech. It's a very first speech. And let me call upon one of the finest speakers. Sometimes he is also a very good humorous speaker too. So sometimes, not a lot of the time. Sometimes he is so serious, and in seriousness also we find some of the humorous words added with that one. And he is a very good speaker, also involved in other Toastmasters. He is a VP Education in one of the Toastmaster. We call it a Sohanam Tamil Toastmasters Club, and we call upon Toastmaster Yusuf to explain all about this Pathways speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for your wonderful introduction about me. Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
My target speaker is going to give us ice breaking in Pathways level 1 first, the first project. The purpose of the project is for the member to introduce himself or herself or the club and learn the basic structure of the public speech. இவருடைய உரையை தற்போது இவர் தமிழில் வழங்குவார்.
நானே அப்படிதான் இங்கிலீஷ்
Thank you, Toastmaster Yusuf is going to be evaluated for the upcoming pathways speech. And the next is this speech is going to be in Tamil, and the topic of the speech is Therodum Vidiyil. Therodum Vidiyil. The timing is going to be to the timer is going to be 4 to 6. 4 minutes green and 5 minutes yellow and 6 minutes for red. And you have 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. Otherwise, your speech will be careful, will be invalid. So I will hand over the dice. Call upon Toastmaster Madhavan.
மீண்டும் ஒரு முறை இனிய மாலை வணக்கம். திருவாரூர் தேரழகு, தஞ்சாவூர் பொம்மை அழகு, மன்னார்குடி மதிலழகு. இது ஒரு சொல்லாடல் எங்கள் ஏரியாவில் பேசுவது. இந்த சொல்லாடலில் திருமைக்கு வரப்பழகு என்று ஒருவரையும் நாங்கள் சேர்த்துக் கொள்வதுண்டு. திருமை என்பது திருமக்கோட்டை என்பதன் சிறிய குறுகி அழைப்பது நாங்கள். அத்தகைய திருமக்கோட்டை என்ற ஒரு கிராமத்திலிருந்து வந்தவன் நான். எனது பெயர் மாதவன். நான் திருமக்கோட்டையிலிருந்து வந்து இங்கு நிற்குவதற்கு முக்கியமாக 3 காரணங்களை எடுத்து வைத்து நான் என்னை பற்றி இங்கு விளக்கம் விரும்புகிறேன். நான் ஒரு கிராமத்திலிருந்து வந்தவன். எனது குடும்பம் ஒரு விவசாய குடும்பம். நான் விவசாயி என்பதை பெருமையாக சொல்லிக் கொள்கிறேன். 3வது, நான் முதல் பட்டத்தாரி எனது குடும்பத்திலிருந்து. எனது குடும்பத்திலிருந்து சொல்வதற்காக எனது பரம்பரையிலிருந்து சொல்லலாம். அதாவது முதல் விளக்கம் அந்த கிராமத்திலிருந்து வந்தவன் அப்படிங்கும்போது, அந்த கிராமம் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு இதை மட்டும் ஒரு ஆங்கிலத்தில் ஈஸியா புரியுற மாதிரி ஒரு வார்த்தை சொல்றாங்க. கிராமம் இட்ஸ் a remote village where there is no remote even for TV. ஆனால் கிராமம் தான். ஆனால் இது அழகான பசுமை நிறைந்தது, வயலும் வரப்புகளும் நிறைந்த ஒரு அழகிய கிராமம். காடுகளும் வனங்களும் பாரிஜாத மலர்களும் பூத்து குலுங்கிய கிராமம். ஆனால் அத்தகைய கிராமம் இப்போது மீத்தேன் திட்டங்களாலும் சமீபத்த காஜா புயலாலும் சீரழிந்து விட்டது. இப்பொழுது தண்ணிக்கும் அடிப்படை வசதிகளுக்கும் இல்லாமல் தடுத்துக் கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். அத்தகைய கிராமத்தில் நான் அரசு பள்ளியில் எனது பள்ளி படிப்பை முடித்தவன். இந்த கிராமத்திலிருந்து அடுத்த ஒரு முக்கியமான காரணம், நான் விவசாய குடும்பத்திலிருந்து வந்தவன். அந்த விவசாய குடும்பம் என்பது விவசாயி அப்படின்னு எடுத்துக்கொண்டால் விவசாயிகளுக்கே பொதுவான ஒரு குணம் இருக்கும். அவர்களுக்கு என்னவென்றால் நாளையை பற்றி கவலைப்பட மாட்டார்கள். இன்று எப்படி வாழ வேண்டும் அவ்வளவுதான் விவசாயியை பொறுத்தால் தெரியும். நாளைக்கு சேர்த்து வைக்க வேண்டும், நம்ம குழந்தைகளுக்கு தேவைப்படும் அப்படிங்கிற நினைப்பு இருக்காது. ஏன்னா அவங்களால முடியாது. ஏன்னா விவசாயிகளுக்கு அன்றாட வாழ்க்கையே ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்கும். எனது தந்தையும் அதே மாதிரி வாழ்க்கப்படுவாங்க. அதே மாதிரி விவசாயிகள் ஒரு வருடத்தில் நன்று விளைந்தால் சந்தோஷமாக இருப்பார்கள், வசதியாக செலவு செய்வார்கள். அந்த வருமானத்தில் அந்த வருடம் அழிந்து விட்டது முற்றிலுமாக, இயற்கை சேதாரங்களாலோ அல்லது வேற ஏதோ ஒரு காரணங்களாலோ அழிந்து விட்டது என்றால் என்ன செய்வார்கள்? அந்த ஒரு முழு வருடத்துக்கான அவங்க குடும்ப பராமரிப்பு, அந்த அழிவு இரண்டையும் சரி கட்ட வேண்டும். எப்படி சரி கட்ட முடியும்? அவங்க நிலத்தை விற்றுதான். அதாவது பெரு விவசாயிகள் பற்றி சொல்லுது, குறு விவசாயிகள், எனக்கு தந்தை போன்ற விவசாயிகள் நிலத்தை விற்பார்கள், நிலத்தில் ஒரு பகுதியை விற்பார்கள். அதே மாதிரிதான் எனக்கு தந்தையும் இருக்க நிலத்தில் வருடமாக ஒவ்வொரு வருடமும் அழிவு வரும்போது சில நிலங்களை விற்று விடுவார். விற்று ஒரு நிலையில் நான் பள்ளிப்படிப்பை முடிக்கும் நிலையில் அவர் முன்னிலைகளை விற்றுவிட்டார். இப்பொழுது அவர் விவசாயி தான், ஆனால் விவசாயமற்ற விவசாயி. எங்கள் ஊரில் கிராமம் என்று சொன்னேன். இந்த கிராமத்தில் ஒரு பழக்கம் உண்டு. எங்கள் ஊரில் எங்கள் ஏரியா கிராமத்தில் பொதுவாக எல்லாருக்கும் என்ன பழக்கம் என்றால் குழந்தைகளை, அவரோட குழந்தைகளை அதிகபட்சம் 10வது 12வது என்பது பெரிய படிப்பு, 12வது படிக்க வைப்பார்கள். அதற்கு பிறகு என்ன பண்ணுவார்கள்? அந்த பையனுக்கோ ஆண்மகனாக இருந்தால், பெண்மகனாக இருந்தால் கல்யாணம் பண்ணி வச்சுட்டார்கள். ஆண்மகனாக இருந்தால் அவனை இந்த சிற்றுந்து ஓட்ட கற்றுக் கொடுத்து வெளிநாட்டுக்கு அனுப்பிவிடுவார். வெளிநாட்டுக்கு சிங்கப்பூர், மலேசியா அனுப்பிவிடுவார்கள். அவர்கள் போய் அங்கு 3 வருடம் வேலை செய்துவிட்டு திரும்ப வருவார்கள். எல்லாருடைய குறிக்கோளும் வெளிநாட்டு செல்லும் எல்லா ஆன்மர்களும் குறிக்கோளும் எங்கள் குறிக்கோளும் போக வேண்டும், சம்பாதிக்க வேண்டும், வந்து அழகான வீடு கட்டுவார்கள். எங்கள் ஊர் பக்கம் நீங்கள் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா எல்லா வீடும் சிமெண்ட் கான்கிரீட் கவர்ஸ் எல்லாமே நல்ல பெரிய வீடுகள் தான் இருக்கும். அதை பார்த்து ஓகே எல்லாம் வசதியாரோடு நினைக்க முடியாது. எல்லாருமே வெளிநாட்டில் இருப்பாங்க. எங்கள் வீட்டில் ஒவ்வொரு குடும்பத்திலும் ஒரு குடும்பமான வெளிநாட்டில் இருப்பாங்க. ஆனால் எல்லாருமே வெளிநாட்டில் லேபர்ஸ். அதே மாதிரிதான் எனக்கு தம்பியும் விரும்பினார் என்னை வந்து முடிச்சுட்டு போயிடலாம் அப்படின்னு. ஆனால் வந்து நான் 12ஆம் வகுப்பில் எனது பள்ளியில் முதல் மாணவன் 950 மதிப்பெண் தனிப்பட்டேன். அதனால் எனது தாயார் அதற்கு அனுமதிக்கவில்லை. எனது தாயார் அதுக்கு அனுமதிக்கவில்லை. எனது தாயார் முடிவதற்கால் நான் எனது கல்லூரி படிப்பை முடித்தேன். கல்லூரி படிப்பில் இளங்கலை அறிவியல் முடித்தேன். அது முடித்து அதிலையும் நான் இளங்கலை அறிவியல் முடித்த பிறகு முடித்தேன். அது பத்தாது, அதை வச்சு வேலையை வாங்க முடியாது அப்படின்னு முடிவு பண்ணி முதுநிலை பட்டய படிக்க வேண்டும் என்ற கட்டாயத்தினால் முதுநிலையை படித்து முடித்து விட்டு எனது அதிர்ஷ்டமோ அல்லது எனது முயற்சிகளோ அதிலும் நல்ல மதிப்பெண்கள் பெற்றதனால் அங்கே வந்து கல்லூரியிலே நடக்கும் தேர்வு முறையில் நான் தேர்வாகி அப்பொழுது வேலைக்கு சென்று 3 வருடங்கள் அங்கு வேலை செய்தேன். அதை முடித்து விட்டு நேராக சவுதி அரேபியாவுக்கு அங்கே இருந்து வேலை செய்த ஒரு கம்பெனி மூலமாக அங்கே ஒரு தெரிந்த கம்பெனி மூலமாக இங்கு வந்து இங்கு 17 வருடங்களாக இங்கு வேலை செய்து கொண்டிருக்கிறேன். இப்போது இந்த சொல்வேந்தர் கழகத்துக்கு எதற்கு வந்தேன் என்பதுன்னா எனக்கு தமிழ் ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும். நான் பள்ளி பருவத்தில் அதிகமாக தமிழ் ரொம்ப ஆர்வம் இருக்கும். ஆனால் அது நேர் தேர்வா நிறைய பிடிமா தாண்டி எனக்கு அது கூட எதுவுமே தெரியாது. எனக்கு கவிதை எழுத பிடிக்கும். ஆனால் கவிதை முழுவதும் இலக்கண பிழை, இலக்கிய பிழை, சொற்பிழைகள் இருக்கும். அதை சரிகாட்ட வேண்டும். அதற்கு இந்த சொல்வேந்தர் மட்டும் தான் சிறந்த இடம். இங்கு உள்ள தலைவர்களும் சிறந்த அறிஞர்களும் என்னை வழிநடத்தி நல்ல வழிக்கு கொண்டு செல்லாது என்ற நம்பிக்கையில் நான் இங்கு வந்து நின்று கொண்டிருக்கிறேன். இதுதான் நான் வந்து இங்க சொன்ன ஒரு பாயிண்ட் தேஜாவும். அதாவது இந்த நம்பிக்கையில தேஜாவும் அண்ட் இல்லூஷன், இந்த இல்லூஷன் தேஜாவோ மாதிரி அது வந்து ரியாலிட்டியில வரும்னு நம்பிக்கையில நான் நினைக்கிறேன். இது கரெக்டா நாகும் நம்பிக்கையில நினைப்போம். ரொம்ப நன்றி. தேங்க்யூ.
Now let us go to another session. And now there is no voting for this one because one is a presentation, another one is only winner, anonymously selected. There is no illusion in that. It's only deja vu. The word supposed to be used many times, deja vu. Yeah? Then we go to the general evaluation session. This evaluation session is going to be conducted by one of the energetic, enthusiastic, young Toastmaster who is also serving this club as VP Education. I call upon Toastmaster Kabir to the stage.
Thank you very much to TMOD for nice introduction. Fellow Toastmaster and guest, as a general evaluator, it's my task to lead the evaluation segment. From my point of view, this session is a very important session of the meeting. In this segment only, we look back on our performance and see how well we have done and how can we improve our tasks. There are 3 major segments in this general evaluation segments. One is evaluation of table topics, and one is evaluation of prepared speech, and third one is reports of meeting leaders. The first one is table topic evaluation. The aim of table topic evaluation is to highlight the speaker's strength, point out a couple of points for improvement and encourage the speakers to come forward next time without any fear. This is the main aim for table topic evaluation. Second is prepared speech. Prepared speech evaluation. A member prepares a speech based on their manual, even either CC manual or AC advanced manual or pathways as per pathways manual. And they will present their speech and another member evaluate the speech. The evaluator point out what was done well and propose few suggestions for improvement. Yes, propose few suggestions for improvement. This is the major points involved in this prepared speech evaluation. I would like to remind that evaluation and suggestion are evaluator's personal opinion. Such comment and suggestion for improvement, our improvement only, should not give you negative feeling. Instead of take it in a positive manner and find ways to improve. This is purely his comments and suggestion is personal opinion, that is for our improvement only. First, I would like to call upon our evaluators to evaluate our speakers. I would ask evaluators to please try to mention at least 1 point for improvement in your evaluation. First, we will see table topic evaluation. We have a famous and young and energetic Toastmaster for the table topic evaluation. That is none other than our President Toastmaster Naresh Kumar. Two and a half minutes. So 5 topics, each person 1 minute, sorry, half minute. So 2.5 the maximum.
Toastmaster. TT evaluation 3.5 minutes.
No. Within bracket there is some code. Half minute per.
Half minute plus
5%, 3 to 5, I think.
No.
No.
What's that?
Each speech half a minute.
3.5 minutes normal.
Okay.
Okay, if it, normally it is 3 to 4 topics. If you ask 5 minutes, we can give
5 topics.
4 minutes maximum.
4 minutes.
So it means this is maximum 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Good.
2, 3, 4, then 4 and a half.
No, 3 and a half, 4.
4. 3.5, maximum 4.
Yeah. 3 and a half is the limit. So maximum is 4.
3.
No, 3 green. 3 and a half, yellow.
No. 2 and a half, 3, 3 and a half, 4 is the maximum. Right, sir?
Start பண்ணிடுறேன். No. I am perfect. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters.
Good evening.
First of all, I would like to congratulate our table topic master today, Toastmaster Fakhruddin, for giving such a very nice, philosophical and very tough questions today. Since we are in the contest season, it has to be very tough, and I am really thankful for that. Because it really helped us to understand where we are standing. Thanks for that. Let's go back to the evaluation of each member. My first target speaker, Toastmaster Jafar Sadiq. I don't want to talk about the topic because it's too lengthy, that will occupy most of the time. But Toastmaster Jafar Sadiq, this is the first day I realized how much content he has. It was so philosophical, the speech was so philosophical, very nice, and he was able to talk about Sigmund Freud and so many philosophies you were able to bring it up, and you came up with a very strong message, thinking that reason is the illusion of reality is the thinking of pessimists. Very powerful message given Toastmaster Jafar Sadiq. However, I would like to give a couple of improvement areas. Number one, body language. You have, he has to have a very good opening and vocal variety. He started very good. He started with the question and everything. However, the finishing could have been more powerful so that the message could have been in the minds of the audience. And the vocal variety also could have been more improved. My second tabletop contestant was Toastmaster Kabir. It is one of the perfect way how he has started the speech. Unfortunately, he has just started the speech. After that, he could not carry forward. My improvement area would be, you have the very good content. Somehow, through your speech, you are able to relate your content with the topic. But what happened was, maybe due to the confidence level or you were going very quick, he could not, complete the speech properly. So that has to be your focus area. Focus. You have the very good content. You know how to start the speech, but unfortunately, that is the area you have to focus. My third one was DTM Tanga. His speech was a perfect example of how the table topic speech should be. Very nice speech today. However, I don't want to leave him also. One improvement area, he was accepting the fact that his speech was not relevant to the topic. I believe that should not be the point raised upon. Be it right or not, be confident, yes, this is what my speech is. That confidence we want. And my Toastmaster Madhavan, he has very good content. And the point is, he was very quick. He doesn't even think about what he wants to speak. Believe me, he has spoken only for 1.15 seconds. Okay, 1.15. And Kabir was speaking for 1.3 minutes. But his speech looked like, very abrupt. But your speech, though you were speaking a lot, you took just 1.2 minutes, which is not, you have to take your time, take your breath, relax, and confidently you can achieve. You have a very good content. Slowly, maybe since you are a new guy, it is the first time, but you can take it to the next level. Nice attempt. The final one, Toastmaster Shabi. One important point from, if you could not make them to understand, confuse them. That is the best way of attending the table topic speech. And he has done it very nicely. To be, yes, his speech could not be that much appropriate, but he approached the topic very well, nicely approached. He started with an interesting question, but the relevancy somehow he tried to make it. Nice speech, nice attempt, but the power of the message could have been more powerful. The content could be more relevant. That is it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Naresh Kumar. And next, we have a great Toastmaster to evaluate speech of Toastmasters Madhavan. The Toastmaster also a very famous Toastmaster and very humorous speaker also. Please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Yusuf to evaluate Toastmaster Madhavan's speech.
தமிழ்ல கொடுத்தாலும் தமிழ்ல சொல்றதே நல்லதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். சுபேதல் அனைவருக்கும் மீண்டும் மாலை வணக்கங்கள். திருவாரூர் தேரழகு என்று கூறி கடைசியில் திருமைக்கு வரப்படகு என்று தன் திரும்பக்கோட்டையின் சிறப்பை மிகவும் அழகாக விவரித்த நம் சுபேத மாணவர்களுக்கு நம்முடைய கரவசத்தை தயக்கமில்லாமல் தன் தயக்கத்தை உடைத்தார்கள். குரு விவசாயினுடைய நிலையை மிகவும் அழகாக நம்மிடம் விவரித்தார். அத்தோடு இல்லாமல் கிராமத்து நிலையையும் மிகவும் அதனுடைய சூழலை வர்ணித்து நம்மிடம் அறிவித்தார். அருமையான குரல் வளம், தயக்கமில்லாமல் தான் சொல்ல வந்த அவ்வளவு அத்துணை விவரங்களை தயக்கமில்லாமல் சொல்லிக்கொண்டே சென்றார். அவர் தயக்கமுடத்திற்கு வந்திருந்தாலும் தன்னுடைய தயக்கமுடைகளில் பொதுவாக எல்லோரும் என்ன எதிர்பார்ப்பார்கள் என்றால், நான் சிறு வயதிலிருந்து இந்த நிலையை அடைந்தவரை என்னென்ன மாற்றங்களை நான் சந்தித்து வந்தேன் என்றே பொதுவாக விவரிப்பார்கள். நீங்கள் பெரும்பாலான விவரங்களை உங்களுடைய பள்ளிப்பருவத்தோடு நிப்பாட்டி விட்டீர்கள். அதற்கு பின்னர் என்ன நடந்தது, இங்கு சவுதியில் வந்து என்ன நீங்கள் பணியாற்றீர்கள் என்ன என்று நீங்க உங்களுடைய கூட்டில் அதுவும் வந்திருந்தால் அது இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் நன்றாக மித்தபடி மிக அருமையான பேச்சு இருக்குது. உங்களுக்கு சொல்ல வேண்டிய சில முன்னேற்றங்கள் என்னவென்றால், நீங்கள் கீழே பார்த்து கொண்டு பேசினீர்கள். நீங்கள் பார்வையாளர்களை பார்த்து பேசினால் அது மிகவும் சிறப்பாக இருக்கும். ஒரு பாக்கெட்டில் கையை வைத்துக் கொண்டு பேசினீர்கள், அதை கொஞ்சம் தவிருங்கள். தயக்கமுடத்தில் பேச்சின் போது உங்களுக்கு ஒரு சப்போர்ட் தேவைப்பட்டது, அதனால் நீங்க வைத்துக் கொண்டீர்கள். மற்ற பேச்சுகளில் வரும்போது அந்த ஒரு நிலையை நீங்க தவிர்த்து விடுங்கள். முடிவை நீங்கள் ஒன்றும் கொஞ்சம் நன்றாக கொடுத்திருந்தால் கொஞ்சம் எல்லாரும் ரசிக்குமாறு இருந்திருக்கும். இந்த பாத்வேஸில் கொடுத்திருக்கக்கூடிய அந்த மேனுவலின்படி உங்களுடைய பேச்சை சற்று அலசி ஆராய்ந்தால் உங்களுடைய பேச்சில் தெளிவு இருந்தது, நல்ல தெளிவு இருந்தது. சொல் ஏற்ற இறக்கம் ஓரளவுக்கு இருந்தே தவிர ஒன்றும் கொஞ்சம் நன்றாக இருந்தால் அது நல்லா இருக்கும். வந்தது பார்வையாளர்களுடைய கண் தொடர்பு பத்தாது. நீங்கள் நிச்சயமாக நீங்கள் முன்னேற்ற இம்ப்ரூவ் செய்து கொள்ள வேண்டும். அங்க அசைவுகள் நீங்கள் கொஞ்சம் உங்களுடைய பேச்சில் காட்ட வேண்டும். அங்க அசைவுகள், அங்கத்தினர்களை நீங்கள் சில நகைச்சுவையும் சில கூற்றுகளையும் கூறி நீங்கள் கவர்ந்தீர்கள். அங்கத்தினர்களை நன்றாக கவர்ந்தீர்கள். நீங்கள் முதல் பேச்சில் நீங்க அந்த அளவுக்கு ஒரு சௌரியமான சூழ்நிலையை நீங்கள் உங்களுக்கு இருக்கவில்லை. வரும் பேச்சுகளில் நீங்கள் அதை ஏற்படுத்திக் கொள்ளலாம். பொதுவாக உங்களுடைய பேச்சு ஓரளவுக்கு நல்ல சுவராசியாமல் இருந்தது. நீங்கள் ஒரு சிறந்த பேச்சாளர் என்ற அத்தனை திறமைகளையும் உங்களுடைய தயக்கமிடத்தில் நீங்கள் காட்டிவிட்டீர்கள். நீங்கள் மென்மேலும் முயற்சி செய்து வேறு வேறு நிலைக்கு அடையுமாறு கேட்டுக்கொண்டு மேடையை
Thank you, Toastmaster Yusuf, for your wonderful evaluation. Yes, our evaluators are done a very good job. Mr. Timer, both evaluators are qualified.
Both are qualified.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, please vote for best evaluator that you feel. Vote counter. At the same time, can we go for reports? First, I would like to call upon today's Grand Master, Toastmaster Jafar Sadiq.
Dear fellow Toastmasters, good evening again. Good evening. I did not expect that such hard words will be used so many times by everyone. Just because this is a very hard word, everyone remembered it. So everyone used it almost. Myself 3 times, Naresh 6 times, Safi 7 times, Fakhruddin 8 times, and Madhavan 7 times. Wow. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Then I would like to request today's counter. Where is our counter?
She is not there. She is not there.
Okay. Then I would like to call upon today's grammarian to Toastmaster, again Toastmaster Jafar Sadiq.
Good evening, veteran Toastmaster again. Actually, I wanted a few more minutes for telling something else. No, only to point out the mistakes I need more time. அதாவது குற்றம் சொல்லியே பேர் வாங்குறதுக்கு தான் நேரம் இருக்கு பொழுது வேற எதுவும் so much okay திருத்த வேண்டிய பாவனைகள் என்று I mean correctable forms. When the light goes, no, when the light went off. So actually I don't want to tell the name for this one. See, saw an illusion. When you see such a picture, you can say I saw an illusion. But when you talk about a feeling, you should say she had an illusion, not she saw an illusion. When you usually I see people when they use past tense, they say she is coming, he is coming, he was coming. It looks very awkward when you use past tense. When you are telling something in past tense, use all the tenses in the past. And if nothing exists, if is come, there is no another word which is followed by that. Then recall and thinking, recall and thought. Could able to speak. Many people are making these mistakes. Could able to speak. Could able to speak is a very wrong term. Could be able to speak. Could be able to speak. Which is happened. Which happened. Could not which is happened. When happened comes, many people use is. No, it is wrong. It's which happened. And good, like good usage, I can tell by names. Some good usage. Safi, nuances, cosmos are very good words that you used. Fakhruddin, illustration was a very good word that you had used. அப்புறம் தமிழ்ல குறைகள் சொல்லும்போது இது யாருன்னு சொல்ல தெரிஞ்சு போயிடுமே. நிற்பதற்கு மணல்களும் வரவே வராது. மணலும் விற்பார்கள். நீங்க நல்ல ஒரு கவிஞர். விற்பார்கள் நீங்க சொல்றது ரொம்ப ஆச்சரியமா இருந்தது. விற்பார்கள் நீங்க எப்படி விற்பார்கள் சொல்லலாம்? வேற யாராவது சொன்னா பொதுவா எல்லாரும் பண்றது எல்லாருமே தமிழே கிடையாது. எல்லோருமே முடிவை நன்றாக சொன்னார் அல்ல, முடிவுரையை நன்றாக வழங்கினார். அதுதான் நல்லா இருக்கும். எவாலுவேட்டர் பாயிண்டட் அவுட் ஆர் பாயிண்ட்ஸ் அவுட். அப்புறம் வந்து ப்ளூரல்ல வந்து when you use plural use is not are. Comments and suggestions is welcome, no, are welcome. That's very awkward. When you use singular, use is. When you use plural, use are. This is, I know you know everything, but you should focus on this. It is very, very important. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Your nice comments on our report.
It's not a report.
Next, I would like to call upon today's accounter, Toastmaster Sita Thangasamy.
Toastmaster Fakhruddin one time, Toastmaster Jafar one time, Toastmaster Kabir one time, Toastmaster Madhavan one time, Toastmaster Safi one time. Long distance. Yeah.
சீதா மேம் என்ன இந்த குளிருக்கு சாக்ஸா?
Thank you.
எனக்கு குளிர்
ஸ்ரீலங்கன்.
Finally, I would like us today's timer, Toastmaster.
காலன். Good evening, Toastmaster.
Good evening.
Today, table topics on evolution are
As you wish.
break time 5:18 and 5:38. Very good. Timing is very good. Fakhruddin, table topic session 15 minutes only. 5:40 starting, 5:55 close.
Yes, sir.
Table topics speeches Jafar Sadiq 1:55, Toastmaster Kabir 4:28. Toastmaster Tangasamy 2:29.45. Accurate. Toastmaster Madhavan 1:15. Toastmaster Safi 2:2. And that speech, Toastmaster Tangasamy 14 minutes 28 seconds will be closed, but question answer for another 2 minutes. Toastmaster Madhavan 6:4. Evaluation Naresh, Toastmaster Naresh 4:28, and Mr. Toastmaster Yusuf 3:28. Last one, grammarian Jafar Sadiq 2:1. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Timer, for your detailed report. Now we can see the general points. Usually we will start our meeting by on time, but today, unfortunately, we started.
The Lipton delayed, not me.
But unfortunately, we started 4:58.
Which is unacceptable.
Yes, which is unaccepted. In future, we should more focus on our timing criteria. In others table topic session like break times, I think everything is going on time, on slot. Only that 20 minutes, 30 minutes, almost 30 minutes delay only waiting our time. And our banners and our trophies are arranged very well, displayed very well. And today's word and theme also displayed very well. Today in our TMOD session, we struggled something. We struggled in one point. Toastmaster, today's evaluator, speech evaluator, come to TMOD and he given some changes in our agenda. Actually, that is not a right way. As a VP education, he should inform. He should bravely inform to our TMOD changes in agenda. First, VP education should check with our evaluators. He have speech objectives and other things. Then only he should confirm TMOD there is no changes, but we should concentrate in future. Okay, that could be avoided. The other things, today's session is very nice session. We enjoyed lots. I hope all are we enjoyed lots. Back to TMOD.
The TMOD, don't use the word TMOD or TMOE. It's always use the full
Toastmaster of the day.
Toastmaster of the day.
Toastmaster of the evening.
Call the name.
So call the name.
Toastmaster Shafi.
Toastmaster of the evening.
Toastmaster Muhammad Shafi.
Thank you, energetic general evaluator. He has done a great job today. Quite enthusiastic session it was. Now let us go to the result. This word counter is ready with the result.
Word counter is missing.
Showing session.
So let us call upon our word counter Toastmaster Ziauddin to come on the stage and announce your result, please.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Table topic speaker. Winner.
Yes.
Toastmaster Tangasamy. Photo
PDF.
The red light area.
Yeah, recording.
On பண்ணிங்களா அது?
ஓடிட்டு
இல்ல அது மாதிரி கேளுங்க. பிள்ளை கேமரா
Serious.
It's running. It's running. But it's standing. How come it's running? Congratulations. Yeah.
Evaluator.
Speaker.
Speaker, there is no.
We call. Toastmaster Madhavan to come on the stage, please. Speaker.
Education. Then evaluator.
Yeah.
Evaluator. Toastmaster Naresh.
Toastmaster Naresh.
கண்ணாடி போட்டு
கண்ணாடி போட்டு வரணும்னு இங்க போவாரான்னு பாருங்க. Thank you, word counter, and what else we have today? That's it. We are.
Officer is.
That's what I wanted to ask. So this is the time to hand over this grand stage to the president of the club, the presiding officer, Toastmaster Naresh.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shafi, conducting today's session in such a wonderful way. Now, we have two more voting is pending. One is for Big Three, that is Toastmaster Shafi, Toastmaster Fakhruddin, and Toastmaster Kabir. Similarly, we also have to work for the best officer, Toastmaster Jafar, Toastmaster Shahjahan, Toastmaster Jawdin, Toastmaster Sita Tamisami. Jafar again. So out of these four officers, we have to choose the best officer.
Big bosses.
Who is the big boss?
Big Three and office.
Who is the big boss and who is the big officer?
Who is the big boss? Who are all big bosses?
One MP election, one MLA election.
MLA election. Who is the MP?
Three MPs.
No, who are all those?
Shafi.
Toastmaster Shafi, Toastmaster Kabir, Toastmaster Fakhruddin. And for officers, Toastmaster Jafar, Toastmaster Shahjahan, Toastmaster Jawdin, and Toastmaster Sita Tamisami. While the voter is counting his vote.
You will give the joke.
Okay, most of my speeches, I think it is humorous, but most of them are taking it very serious. And when I am delivering a serious speech, people are making it so humorous. When talking about illusion, again I have to remember, one more movie called Now You See Me.
Now you see.
It is a perfect example for how the illusion can be, connected in a movie. Nice movie, you can go for it. One particular dialogue in that movie. The closer you look, you are seeing nothing. Most of the time, when we could not understand something, when we cannot see it properly, the first suggestion we used to get is look it very closely. But the dialogue is totally different. It says the closer you look, you see nothing or you see very small. Somehow I connect the same dialogue with one of the very old Tamil movie in which Nagesh was giving one dialogue. Problems are like a small stone. Problems are like a very small stone. If you are having the stone very closer to your eyes, it will, it will block your whole eyesight and it will be looking very big. And when you keeping it little far and looking at it, it will be looking very small. When you are throwing it out, the problems are nothing.
Right.
Same way, we are having an illusion, we used to think because of the consumerism, by buying some product or by behaving in a way, we think we can get our happiness. By buying a mobile, we can get our happiness. By doing something, by spending on something, we get our happiness. But the happiness is not achieved by doing something external. It is an internal feel. So that is the illusion we used to have. Your happiness, the satisfaction in your life can be achieved through some external method, but which is very wrong. It can happen internally. So the reality is, throwing out all your illusions, all your problems, and think internally and live the moment happy. Try to do whatever you do. Try to do happy. In one Jackie Chan movie, he was, fighting with one villain, and he almost like failing in that fight. Then one small dialogue he used to remember. His small kid which taught him, try to smile any time so that you are looking very beautiful. Then he started to smile. That could confuse, that has confused the villain. He is almost like failing in this way. Why he is smiling? So his focus started to, reduce, change. So he could not, so his focus was more towards why he is smiling till he is almost losing his fight. Later, because of that smile, he won the fight. So live the moment, happily achieve your satisfaction. Let's go back to our vote counter. Can we announce the winners? The big three.
Best officer.
Yes.
Toastmaster Jafar Sadiq. Two rules.
The strict grammar.
We are close to contest.
That's true. So grammar is not illusion.
Yes, sure. It should not be an illusion.
But glamour is an illusion.
You say
Gijao.
That's the smile. Then big three. The best Toastmaster Fakhruddin. So it's not glamour, it's not illusion.
And who is the word master today? Word master.
Myself.
You have to choose.
No, grammar you should choose. Grammar.
You are the
Eloquent speaker.
Eloquent speaker.
The most eloquent speaker.
From the
table topics.
No, I am anything.
The type of topic is
you have
the one who had the opportunity to speak
no,
in English.
you have to speak within the table topics.
No, it should be within table topics.
Yes.
It's not a compulsory.
No. We made it.
That is the reason is table topics is only not prepared.
Yeah. Only an unprepared speech.
Then again we call Toastmaster Tangaswamy. DTM practice.
Excellent.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
in common, Safi's language was very good.
And I
From
really
beginning
like
to end.
today's
From beginning to
Shafi's
end.
speech, in Ganga speech, and also your speech. All
What
this-
you are doing?
Okay.
No, he cannot talk about himself while he is there.
பக்கத்துல தான் பாயசம் கேட்கணும் நீங்க. So nice to conducting the English session in a very good way. We have to conduct this kind of sessions more frequently so that it will help us.
One suggestion, please.
Balance.
Even if there is Tamil session in the following meetings, but the table topic should be only in English.
Yes.
To give training
yeah,
to
we
the
can
people.
Till the contest is getting over.
Yeah, yeah.
No, we have to start mock contest.
Mock contest.
Yes.
Yeah, we are planning next our next meeting is with
Most probably the mock contest.
Okay.
Fine. Then
Speeches there, let them deliver the speech, otherwise we have to cut short all the other meeting roles and everything, only table topics mock contest.
No need voting and all.
No,
even then,
no,
even after
no
that.
evaluation.
Huh? Evaluation may be a comment you can give, okay?
And speaker, you can have speaker.
Yeah,
give
there is-
Yeah,
evaluation.
you can have a speaker and give, yeah, evaluation
Yeah, mock
also will be
contest
there.
for
What do you
table
mean?
topic and evaluation.
Evaluation both.
What do you mean?
So evaluation you should have one
Yeah,
speaker.
yeah.
Yes, target.
Anybody can give
And
speech.
even most probably.
I will give my speech. Maybe in English.
Most
That
probably.
will be counted, that speech also will be counted.
Yeah, it should be within the project.
Within the-
You are going for the contest?
No, I
No,
mean.
no, project. It's
Project
a
will
mock
be
contest.
Anyhow, most probably we may have our clubs contest on January during January end. Okay, so till then I suggest to have all the sessions with the English table topic session.
Okay.
Even after that also, till the area contest also we can have it. Now I conclude this session.
Right.
Uma. Hello, how is it?
Right, okay.